Hey everyone, it's Abby. Right before the Welsh weekend, my husband was studying my antique hat pin and realized that it would be really easy to make me some extra long ones with some supplies that we could buy on Amazon. It takes a bit of effort, but with the fact that 9-inch long hat pins can be 25 to 30 pounds at the cheapest, it's worth it. You can make quite a few in a short amount of time. My husband was nice enough to do the work on camera so I could show you how the whole process works. So let's get sanding.
We start with spring steel wire that's 1.2 millimeters thick and 50 centimeters or almost 20 inches long. In order to cut it in half, we use a small jewelry file and saw it back and forth right in the middle in order to create a breakpoint. Links to the important items will be in the description. They can be found on Amazon UK, but they are pretty generic and things you could find anywhere. We then use 2 sets of pliers to carefully bend it back and forth at the middle point until it snaps in half to create 2 25 centimeter or about 9-ish inch long wires. These wires are pretty tough to cut. That's why we have to do it this way. Using a 400 grit diamond sharpening stone and some all-purpose sewing machine oil, we pour some of the oil on the sharpening stone. We start wet sanding the end of the wire using a couple of techniques to get a good point. We sand up and down at a slight angle, rotating every little bit to get a faceted point. Next, using a rolling motion, we sand the wire rolling up while pulling down to smooth out facets on the point. Holding near the point section, we roll the wire back and forth to smooth it out more. Another technique for smoothing and sharpening up the point is sanding up and down while rolling and also holding near the point. All these varying techniques are just to make the point sharper and smoother so it will go through your hats better. You could use any combination of them to get your desired sharpness. Flipping to the 1200 grit side of the sharpening stone, we add more oil. We do more roll sharpening to smooth out the point even more. This finer grit really refines the work we did earlier. We use similar techniques to before. You can see we got a really great point on the hat pin. It goes straight through the towel easily. We have some green and silver beads and metal findings of varying sizes. We thread them onto the non-sharpened side of the wire in a pleasing arrangement. You can use anything you want as long as the hole is slightly larger than the wire. The ones we used mostly said the holes were 1.2 millimeter. Even though that's the size of the wire, they fit perfectly. Using super glue, we glue the beads on the end of the wire, starting with the topmost bead. A dot of glue is squeezed on the end to keep it in place. Moving the other beads out of the way, we place some glue and move beads up a couple times, until all the beads are glued in place. A final dot of glue is squeezed at the bottom to keep all the beads in place. It doesn't take long for the glue to dry. We found tie pin caps on Amazon that work great to cap these hat pins. We place the cap on the sharp end of the pin and voila! We have an extra long hat pin. My husband was nice enough to make me both green and pink hat pins, so now I have a variety to match all my historical hats.
Thank you for joining me today as my husband showed us how to make extra long hat pins using easy to find materials. These pins are super useful keeping historical hats in place. If you liked this video and want to see more sewing and costume videos, remember to subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Happy sewing! Itchy scratchy on the head. Oh my gosh. Is it itchy scratchy? Okay, I'm shedding. It's kind of itchy. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. She can get down. She can get down. Oh my god.